Currently, the Lamborghini Aventador is widely considered one of the best-sounding cars of all time, but behind this status lies an interesting story of how one man's resentment towards Ferrari ended up creating one of the most beloved automotive icons out there. The story begins in 1958 Italy, where a man by the name of Ferruccio Lamborghini had traveled to Maranello to purchase a Ferrari 250 GT. Now, this was not the first sports car that Ferruccio had purchased, as over the years, he had bought various enthusiast cars, such as the Mercedes 300 SL, Jaguar E-Type, and Maserati 3500 GT. However, Ferruccio was much more than simply a wealthy car enthusiast. Through the success of his tractor business, he developed a deep understanding of mechanical engineering and efficiency, and it is with this mechanical knowledge where Ferruccio drew one main complaint with his newly purchased Ferrari. While he believed that Ferrari made a capable car, he also realized that Ferraris of the time were equipped with inferior clutches, constantly requiring him to drive back to Maranello to fix and rebuild his car, where he felt as though the treatment from the Ferrari technicians and after-sales team was subpar. So Ferruccio went and talked to Enzo Ferrari himself, expressing these issues, and instead of listening, Enzo rudely dismissed his concerns, infuriating Ferruccio so much so that he personally modified his Ferrari 250 GT to outperform the stock model. So combining his mechanical knowledge and business experience, in 1963, Ferruccio officially created the Lamborghini automotive brand, kicking off a competitive rivalry with Enzo Ferrari. Now, in order for Lamborghini to make a name for themselves, they would need to come out with a performance car so undeniably good that it would push them into competition with Ferrari. And with this in mind, the team at Lamborghini created their first V12 engine. The Bizzarrini V12 debuted in the Lamborghini 350 GT, specifically named to compete with Ferrari's 250 GT. The 3.5-litre engine produced 280 horsepower, revved to 7,000 RPM, and had a top speed of around 250 km per hour. However, this wasn't the car that would truly put Lamborghini's name on the map for car enthusiasts. That moment instead came in 1966 with the release of the Lamborghini Miura, regarded by many as the world's first supercar. The Miura was a rear-wheel drive, mid-engined coupe with a transversely mounted V12 engine making 350 horsepower with a 7,500 redline. Along with this, the Miura became the world's fastest production car at the time, with a top speed of over 290 km per hour. However, more importantly, the Miura transformed Lamborghini from a small manufacturer of GT cars to a serious rival of Ferrari. While Ferrari was more focused on refined performance cars, Lamborghini took the other approach and made a car with dramatic yet distinctive proportions, a more rowdy and emotional driving experience, and exotic performance, making it one of the most desirable cars for enthusiasts, building Lamborghini's reputation as an automotive icon. As the decade came to an end, it was time for Lamborghini to take this formula and create its next masterpiece. And thus, in 1974, Lamborghini created the Countach, a supercar with styling that looked like a spaceship and a 3.9-litre V12 engine that matched, revving all the way to 8,000 RPM and making 375 horsepower. But the Countach was much more than a successor to the Miura. It had the iconic scissor doors, extreme aerodynamics, and wide, angular-styled body, preferring futuristic aesthetics over function, further pushing Lamborghini's identity as the widely loved poster car hanging in every kid's bedroom. To top it all off, the Countach retained Lamborghini's signature V12, and throughout its production, it continuously refined and increased its displacement from 3.9 litres to 5.2 litres, giving the car a high revving character and distinctive soundtrack that became synonymous with the brand. This allowed Lamborghini to stay competitive with Ferrari and other supercar manufacturers through the 70s and the 80s, and by the end of its production, the Countach showed just how far the brand has come since its inception. In 1990, the automotive world was changing, and Lamborghini would need a new flagship car capable of carrying the V12 tradition. And so, they unveiled the Diablo, which followed the supercar layout, being a two-door rear-wheel drive coupe with a mid-mounted 5.7-litre V12 producing 485 horsepower and a top speed of over 320 km per hour. Yet again, Lamborghini had created one of the fastest production supercars while staying true to their tradition of creating yet another futuristic and eye-catching exotic car, capable of serious performance with a unique soundtrack. And like its predecessor, the team at Lamborghini further engineered and refined this model over time, resulting in the first Lamborghini V12 with all-wheel drive, electronically adjustable suspension, power steering, and an increased displacement to 6 litres, resulting in a total power increase of 65 horsepower over the generations. At this point in Lamborghini's journey as a company, the brand had exchanged ownership many times ever since Ferruccio Lamborghini had sold the brand, and in 1998 they were acquired by Volkswagen Group under Audi. So with its new Audi Sport ownership came great expectations, as well as ever-increasing competition. So the team at Audi had to create a new generation of supercars to meet these expectations. And in 2001, they released the Murcielago, which still kept the iconic looks and dramatic character of a Lamborghini with the signature V12, but came with Audi's superior build quality, a modern 6-speed transmission, active aerodynamics and cooling system, as well as greater performance. As with previous models, Lamborghini developed the engine throughout the Murcielago's different generations, bringing it from a 6.2-litre engine to a 6.5-litre engine, with small increases in power, while keeping its iconic exhaust note. Along with these improvements, Lamborghini kept the driving dynamics the same, preserving the raw and engaging feel that had defined the brand over years. Now, the Murcielago was an icon of the 2000s. However, due to the 2008 financial crisis, low production number sports cars no longer enjoyed the same level of demand, and instead, manufacturers had to place a greater emphasis on profitability and greater market appeal. As a result, Lamborghini developed a successor to the Murcielago that'd be a more appealing and competitive supercar, which would not only justify its production costs, but keep the Lamborghini V12 heritage alive. And the result was the 2011 to 2022 Lamborghini Aventador, heavily considered the best-sounding supercar ever made, packed with a newly designed 6.5-litre V12 that revs to 8,500 RPM, paired with a 7-gear single-clutch transmission for dramatic shifts and driving characteristics. The Aventador was offered in different variants, ranging from the standard LP 700-4 with 690 horsepower all the way up to the Ultimate, with 770 horsepower and a top speed of over 350 km per hour. The Aventador also kept the iconic futuristic looks of a Lamborghini, with scissor doors, heavily angled body, and large wings on the SV and SVJ variants. However, when paired with a full exhaust, the Aventador is best known for its signature high-pitched F1-like sound, achieved by the mechanical advancements made in the newly designed V12 engine. As a result, the Aventador had great success, selling over 1,400 units during its production run, outselling all previous Lamborghini V12 models combined, showing that the brand's commitment to the legacy started by Ferruccio Lamborghini all those years ago continued to resonate with the enthusiasts around the world. And that's why Lamborghini V12s are considered some of the greatest cars ever made. Their screaming engines, uncompromised personality, and unique styling create an experience unlike anything else, because a Lamborghini V12 was never designed to be sensible. It was designed to make you feel something, and for the past 60 years, no car has delivered the drama, emotion, and sound quite like Lamborghini.